I apologize to all the North Carolina fans, people that care about our basketball program, former players, everybody that cares about us, because we stunk it up tonight, and it's got to be my responsibility. It's the most negative I've ever been about myself, most negative I've ever felt about any team. We weren't ready to play right from the first 5 minutes of the game. We had 0 points on second chance opportunities in the first half and miss, what did you say, 18? Miss 18 shots. They shoot over 55% every half. 55.9 the first half, 63, 59 for the game. If I had any idea what caused that, I would have already changed it. Most disappointed, most upset I've ever been in my life at coaching a basketball game. It's not even close. I started to keep them out there at halftime and run sprints just so it'd make me feel better, and I thought that would embarrass them, and right now I do not care. So we've got to go back some way between now and the next game. I've got to figure out how to become a better coach than I am right now. And if you want to ask me why that happened, I have no idea, guys. So I'll be more than happy to answer any question you have regardless.
How early did you sense that they
Before the game started, said something to our staff. I don't like our attitude. Didn't mean to cut you off though.
That's okay.
Have you seen that in practice for?
Yesterday was the best practice we've had. The practices before Yale were really good. When did we play? I don't know, what's the day today? Saturday?
Saturday.
So when did we play Yale?
Monday.
All right, so the practices before, yeah, that's right. They had 3 practices before the Yale game that were our 3 best practices of the year. We didn't show that in the Yale game, and I was extremely disappointed that we didn't show it in the Yale game. And that was Wednesday, excuse me.
Yale was Monday.
Monday. So we gave them Tuesday off. Wednesday was not a very good practice. Thursday was a little bit better. I jumped them a little bit, and yesterday was really a good practice. One of those probably top 4 or 5 that we've had all year. We need to have better leadership. We need to have more toughness. And sometimes I felt like that I can supply that, and I don't know that I've supplied any of that with this group.
What about their attitudes stood out in particular?
What do you mean?
You said you didn't like their attitude. What about?
When I'm standing in the locker room talking to them about the game and doing our things that we do in pregame, and I'm feeling that they're not listening, not involved, not buying in, just we're in North Carolina, we're going through the motions.
How much of what happened in that first half was not doing the things they're supposed to, and how much of it was not knowing what they're supposed to do?
Well, in the second half, I'll give you this example, Luke, and it's we've had 57 practices, I think, 56 or 57 plus 4 or something. We had more guys get beat on simple backdoor cut for a layup. We lost 3 of those in the second half. One was Leakey and one was B-Rob, and I'm not sure. The other one might have been Garrison, but I'm not positive, because Garrison, I think, did fight probably more than the rest of the team put together. But we work on that all the time. It's just talk about it. And so I would say that was just not doing what we asked you to do. To have missed 18 shots in the first half and not have any points on second chance opportunities is just beyond belief with me, because I don't think anybody's ever emphasized rebounding more than I have my entire career, and not have, I mean, it was 0.
Yeah, 4 rebounds, no points.
0 offensive rebound points in the first half. So I would say that, and this sort of sounds like I'm blaming them, and part of that is true. I know I've coached that part of the game. I know I've coached to freaking care about the game, and that's. I didn't answer your question. I apologize. One time, poor Jeremiah, I mean, we call a defense, and he goes out and he doesn't run the defense, and yet I know what we're asking him to do is really, really hard to do. KJ, asked him to stay in front of the ball and get beat down the lane, and I know he's trying, but I'd say 50-50. And I've always taken a lot of pride that I could coach.
Coach, you mentioned Garrison showed some fight. Did he kind of take it upon himself, or did it end up being the mission and goal to get the ball to him?
He was the only guy that was trying to be aggressive inside. I don't know what he shot. 9 for 18's not a great percentage, but you understand also that James is first team All-ACC defense team, I think, last year. Is that correct? So he's good. I mean, it's hard to try to score over, but he's the only one that's taking the ball to the basket aggressively. So then you shoot 18 free throws, so you should get credit for that. Just one time, he went across and made a double team, which first time, guys, in 22 years I've ever doubled a post player from post to post. First time. And it's not because we practiced it, but Garrison, to his credit, was trying to do something. But I've never coached, not one play, my entire freaking life, to double the low post from the other post. But Garrison was trying to fight, so I could live with that. So he went over and doubled, and they throw the ball inside for a layup. Next to last play of the lineup game, we overrun in the corner, and Jose Alvarado drives it to the basket from the corner. Okay, from the dead corner, and nobody crossed the lane. I don't know that I'm a very good coach, but I believe I have coached that.
Roy, you mentioned that sometimes in the past you feel like you might have been able to instill some of that toughness or leadership before it got to 27-4. What were you trying to tell the guys, trying to jumpstart anything?
I don't know, guys. I asked for them if they wanted to go to the locker room. I don't know. I just felt a little helpless out there. I haven't felt that way very often, but I felt a little helpless.
Take one or
It's part of it.
Take one or two more.
Did you get any sense of relief in the second half, seeing the fight that they had?
No, God almighty. Somebody's killing my ass. I'm going to do something. I'm not going to lay there and let them finish killing me. I apologize. I'm not trying to kill you guys.
Awesome.
Maybe somebody else I'm not trying to do, but I apologize.
Coach,
Yes.
why Armando's had a slump kind of since the Bahamas? He hasn't really had much production offensively. The reason for that?
Well, again, I'll go back. I wouldn't agree with that. I think 15 and 12 is not bad against UCLA. And then that what he had. So that was 2 games ago. But a lot of freshmen struggle at times, and I think he's struggling quite a bit. We had a film session yesterday, and he may have had his best practice of the year yesterday. It's young guys. We've got to find a way. I've got to find a way to be a coach instead of just be a guy over there freaking looking around.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks,
Players
guys.
available in the lounge.
Appreciate it.